My friend, here is one thing that you may not know about self-acceptance. This is like, I feel like the greatest benefit of self-acceptance. It gets you that much closer to your goals, to your dreams, to the ambitions that you have. If you can find a way to accept a small part of yourself in an even greater way, it will help you go so much further in everything that you do. Listen, recently I had a profoundly deep experience. At the moment I'm writing a play. It's kind of all about personal growth and funnily enough self-acceptance now, and I'm writing a play. And so I had this draft that I was really excited by, and I found a person who's like an expert in the theater world to give me some feedback. So we caught up, and I got so much more than I bargained for, because throughout this conversation, we connected on a deep level, and we talked about trauma and the trauma that we shared, and it was such an emotionally deep experience. It helped me to accept a part of myself that I've all tried to push away, that I've neglected for a long time, that I kind of, just let it be and set aside. And you know what? Not only did it give me a greater focus on what I was doing in my play, a completely different outlook creatively in that part, but it also, accepting this part of myself, it just gave me the freedom in everything what I'm doing, with my books, with my coaching, with my videos. It gave me just the freedom to go further. Because I realized, you know what? I can do anything just from accepting one part of me. Right? Because self-acceptance is kind of a journey that we go on. But accepting one part, that was a profoundly deep experience. Because do you know what? It's so easy to accept and believe in someone you're not. Isn't it? It's so easy to accept and believe in someone who is perfect, in someone who gets everything right, in someone who is always confident and always just gets these massive wins and results. But it is that much more difficult to accept, not the wannabe you, but to accept the real you. The real you. The real you, who just gets things wrong, who makes mistakes, who sometimes feels lost and just tries to work things out and sometimes stumbles through life, right? That's what's difficult. Someone who, wants to do better, but doesn't always get it right. That's what we need to accept. This part within you that's real. That's really is just crying out to do more in life. And that's why right now I want to share with you three ideas that, three really practical things that you can do to help you practice self-acceptance just in your daily life. And the first thing I want you to do whenever you feel that you're being harsh with yourself, you're blaming yourself, maybe you've been hard on yourself, or you feel that lack of confidence, and that's going to be completely counterintuitive. But what I want you to do is to immediately thank or acknowledge someone in your life, whether that's your friend, whether that's your partner, whether that's your child, whether that's someone you work with, whether that's your neighbor. I don't know who that is for you, but I want you to thank or acknowledge someone immediately. Whether that's, you call them up, whether that's you text them, whether you send them an email, whatever way that is for you. Whether you want to thank them for something specific they've done for you, whether you just want to acknowledge their presence in your life and how you kind of appreciate and care for them. Right? I want you to do that immediately right away. Why? Because we cannot withdraw within ourselves and feel this kind of focus on something that is wrong within you when you are transforming that and you put in, shining a light on something that is beyond you, on the person that you care about, and you put yourself in this grateful state. Because when you feel grateful, when you're expressing these emotions towards someone in your life, you're really putting yourself in a place where you feel good. Like everything around you, emotionally, physically, socially, changes, because you kind of engage totally different parts of yourself, right? So you cannot feel grateful and you cannot experience self-loathing at the same time. So please try that. Thank or acknowledge someone whenever you feel that lack of confidence, self-belief, or you've been hard on yourself. Second thing is, this is also gonna sound counterintuitive, but I want you to set aside more time to spend on your own. On your own, where you do it by design, by choice, where you spend time doing things that you like. It's going to be time for you, whether that means going on a walk that will give you the freedom to think, whether that's time where you sit down and you do journaling, but setting aside time on your own where you can just focus on you, right? This isn't time that you're just on your own because you're driving a car or you're going somewhere. This is like focus you. Right? The time is focused on you, where you can just relax, or whether you do something that you love, but something that you do on your own. Because that's a time where you can really, when you purposefully direct that towards yourself, you give yourself an opportunity to reflect. You give yourself an opportunity to reconnect with yourself, with parts of you that maybe you haven't spent time with. You give yourself time to look deep within yourself, to ask questions, positive questions, not questions that are talking about what's wrong, but what are talking about what's going on, what's important for you, what can I do better, And as a bonus, you can talk to yourself out loud. I highly recommend doing that because that's one of the ways to really get clarity about where you're at and where you're going. Because I truly believe that we all have all the answers that you seek are already within you. Right? Everything that you need is already within you. It's a matter of bringing it out. That's why it's so important to spend time on your own, whether that's 5 minutes a day or whether that's 20 minutes a day, whether it's just thinking about things, reflecting, talking to yourself and saying, why do I feel this way? Or what is it that I'd like to do? Right? And just talking it out loud. The reason why it's good to talk it out loud is because it's a different mechanism within ourselves. Because when you talk things out loud, you have to make sense of things, right? It's kind of like having a conversation, right? That's really important, and that can really help you to feel just good about where you're at, where you're going, and really understand what's going on inside you, and find that so much greater level of self-acceptance for all those different parts within yourself that maybe have been neglected or been just set aside. So I hope that serves you. Please, that's the second idea. Set aside some focused time for yourself. By choice, by design, where you'll be able to reflect and talk things through with yourself in a way that will really help you to get in touch with the part of you that really needs it, right? And the third idea, this is such a great and powerful tool that, again, does not get enough attention. I hope that you can put this to play in your life, and that is mirror affirmations. I know you may have, as being a student of personal growth, the classic, personal growth 101 is affirmations, is writing things out. And if you haven't really come across that, like affirmations is where you write out statements over and over again. There are aspirational statements that lead you towards, perhaps a belief inside you that you may not have fully formed, or maybe you'd like to have, but you're not quite there yet. And you kind of affirming it within yourself, right? And then you start to kind of get used to the idea, and you kind of believe it so much more, to a point where it really becomes a part of you and something you really deeply believe in. It's just ingrained within you, right? That's what it is. Like it becomes a part of you, and it gives you that much greater level of confidence, and it supports you in what you need to do moving forward. Well, mirror affirmations, this is another take on affirmations where you do these affirmations out loud to yourself in a mirror. And that is what you could look in the mirror and you make eye contact with yourself. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but when you say that, when you connect with yourself, that's where it will support you on your journey of self-acceptance. And you can say simple things that are encouraging, things like, you know what? I believe in you. I believe in where you're going. You're doing good. Maybe you're not perfect, but you're doing good. You're going to have a great day today. You're going to show up and you're going to be your best. Simple things like that can be really powerful. And over time, you'll come up with things that you like saying to yourself, that feel true to you, that feel authentic and real. And even if you say things that you may not fully believe in, when you keep on repeating them, you will get used to them, right? Say things that are kind. Say things that are, that are supportive. Because oftentimes, you yourself are your own harshest critic. Isn't that true? Isn't it true that sometimes you've been so hard on yourself, right? You expect so much of yourself. Isn't that the case sometimes? But if you can give a break to other people, and you can be more understanding about what they're going through, when you can be kind and accepting towards other people, not being perfect or whatever that may be, then you can certainly do that for yourself. I hope you can do that, my friend. And mirror affirmations is a tool that can really serve you, where you can talk to yourself and you say things encouraging, when you say aspirational things, like, I'm loved. I can achieve whatever it is that I want. My dreams are worth it. I love having a business that brings me the lifestyle that I want. Whatever that is for you, say it and to yourself. And it will help you to accept the part of you that maybe has been holding back. I hope that serves you, my friend. In summary, I just want to say to you that self-acceptance and bringing more self-acceptance into your life can help you get so much further towards your goals, ambitions, and the dreams that you have, because all of a sudden you feel better and stronger and more confident on the inside. And to do 3 things that can really support you in being more accepting of the real you, not the wannabe you, not the perfect you that gets everything right, but the real you, the one that tries to do good, the one who isn't always getting things perfectly in line. And the 3 things that can really support you is, first, to thank or acknowledge someone that you deeply care about in your life. Whenever you feel like, not confident. The second thing is to spend focused time on yourself, where you make time for yourself, make it an intent, make it a habit. And when you spend time reflecting on the person that you truly are on the inside. And third is mirror affirmations, where you spend time just talking to yourself in the mirror. Maybe making eye contact with yourself and saying things that, that are encouraging, that are aspirational. Something that you would love someone to say to you. Things like, you're doing good. You're going to show up and you're going to be at your best. You are deserving of happiness. You deserve to be loved for who you truly are. And saying things like that, encouraging, kind things, thoughtful things, is going to make you feel better within yourself and where you're going in life. My friend, my name is Joe Bakhmutsky. I'm the founder of Power to Be Happy. I'm also proud author of this book, Finding Hope in Times of Uncertainty, a guide to thriving in a challenging world of today. And I help people get breakthrough clarity in key areas of the life and just feel like they're making massive progress, moving forward. That's what I do. I work with folks one-on-one. So if you want to find out how to do that, just get in touch with me. You can check out my coaching program, Clarity First, or just send me a message. Send me a message at joe@powertobehappy.com. That's JOE@powertobehappy.com. Otherwise, feel free to check out my website as well, powertobehappy.com. There's the show, there's a coaching program. You can find out more about the book. I want to thank you, my friend, for being here. And I want to remind you that you have the power to be happy, to seek greater clarity in everything that you do, to show up at your best every single day so that you can prove to yourself that you are enough, and to hold on to hope that no matter how crazy life gets, and we know that it does, that things can and do change for the better. Thank you for being here, my friend. I'll speak to you soon.